Hello, it's Paige Green at Paige Green's Tutoring, and today we're going to be looking at expanding single brackets. Now, to start off with, we're just going to have a look at multiplying these different values just to get our brain in gear. So I'm going to start off by showing you how you would do these and then give you a couple of minutes to have a go at the ones next to it. Now, with this first one, when we do x times x, we're going to just say that's the same as saying x squared. With this second one, it's really useful to think about the numbers and letters as separate values. So I've only got a 2, and then I've got x times x, which we've already established was x squared. So I'm going to get 2x squared here. Same thing again for the next one. Think about the numbers and the letters as two separate things. So we've got 3 times 4, which is going to give us 12. And then we've got x to the power of 2 times x. Now, x to the power of 2 times another x is just going to give me x to the power of 3. Imagine x to the power of 2 is x times by another x. We've got x times by itself 3 times. Next one, so again, thinking about those numbers and letters separately. Now, with the letters, I'm going to make sure to highlight the x's and then the z's. So thinking about different letters as different values. So I've got 6 times 2, which is 12. X to the power of 2 times x to the power of 1 is just x to the power of 3. And then I've only got a z to the power of 3. So I just kind of stick that on at the end. Next one, again, I'm just using this highlighter just to show how we're thinking about them all differently. So I've got x's here, I've got y's, and I've got z. Ooh. So let's have a go at doing that now. So 7 times 3 is 21. X to the power of 4 times x to the power of 2 is x to the power of 6. Y to the power of 2 times y to the power of 2 is y to the power of 4. And then we've just got z to the power of 3. Now, if you're a little bit unsure of where that x to the power of 6 has come from, all you need to remember is that when we're timesing indices together, we just add those powers together. So x to the power of 4, x to the power of 2, we can just add those two numbers there together. So what I would like you to do now is pause the video and have a go at the questions on this side for me. Okay, so hopefully you've managed to have a go at those. So your answers should have been y to the power of 2, 3y to the power of 2, 12y to the power of 5. Then here you've got 12y to the power of 10d. And then for this last one, you're going to get 16 e to the power of 16, y to the power of 7, and then d to the power of 6. Now, it doesn't matter which way you got that round. So you could have had your y first, like that. You could have also had it, so you had your d first. It really doesn't matter kind of which way around those are. As long as you've got the values correct, that's the main thing that matters. So we're going to move on now to looking at expanding single brackets. Now, to expand single brackets, we're going to use a grid method. So a grid method is going to look something like this. I'm going to set it up like that first, just a line and a line down, and you multiply a sign there. Because when we're expanding brackets, we do essentially multiply them. So we put whatever's on the outside here, and then whatever we've got on the inside there. And I'm going to split that y and that 2 into 2 parts because they're two separate terms. So now I'm going to multiply it. Now, this box here, I look to the left and above, and I've got 5 times y. So that gives me 5y. And then here I look at what's above, and then I look to what's on the left. I'm not going to use what I've already written in because that's part of my answer. So I'm going to ignore that and just look above and then all the way to the left. So I've got 5 times 2, which is 10. So my answer is then just the two things that I got. So I got 5y and I got a positive 10. Let's see how this works on the second one. So again, drawing a line across and a line down, times sign there. Now on the outside this time I've got a negative 6 and then I've got an x and a plus 2. So splitting those terms because they're two different terms. Minus 6 times x is minus 6x. And then here again, remember 2 times minus 6, which is minus 12. So again, that would be my answer, what I wrote in the boxes. So I've got minus 6x and minus 12. So if I expand that brackets, that's what I'm going to get. Let's look at these next two. So we're using the same idea. Setting up that grid method, putting what's on the outside there, and then on the inside I've got 2e and minus 6. Notice how I'm including the signs each time. That's just a really good habit to get into. So minus 7 times 2e is minus 14e. And then minus 7 times minus 6. Now be super careful here. Remember, two negatives make a positive. So it's going to give me positive 42. So my answer here is minus 14e plus 42. Now with this next one, we're doing exactly the same thing. Putting what's on the outside here, and then inside I've got a 2x, and then I've got a minus 3y. So separating those. Now thinking back to that starter, 3y times 2x. Well, 3 times 2 is 6. And then we've got x times y, so we've got to go x, y like this. And then here we've got 3 times negative 3, which is minus 9. Y times y is y squared. So our answer here would be 2xy minus 9y squared. So could you now have a go at those questions there? Pause the video, have a go, and we'll go through them. So for this then, you should have got 2x plus 21. Here, minus 9y. Now be careful, you're going to get a positive 54, because a negative times a negative. Here, you're going to get 24d plus 16. 10x squared plus 35x. And then for this last one, a little bit trickier, but we've got 10c to the power 4 minus 5cd. So give yourself a mark out of 5. And now we're going to have a look at just a quick little look at how we're going to expand and simplify brackets. So just to give you a bit of an idea, if you've got a question like this, which is applying it slightly further. Now, you've got this plus this here. So what I'm going to do is I'm kind of going to think about them as two separate things. So I'm first going to expand either bracket. So let's focus on this one first. I've got 6, and then I've got x plus 4. So if I expand that out, I'm going to get 6x plus 24. And then I'm going to think about this one as a separate. So I've got positive 3 on the outside and an x minus 2 on the inside. So I'm going to have a positive 3x and then a negative 6. So keeping them kind of separate to start off with, that means I've got 6x plus 24 here. And then I'm going to add on 3x minus 6. So if I simplify that down, let's think about what we've got. We've got 6x plus 3x. And we've then got 24 minus 6. So 6 plus 3x is 9x. 24 take away 6 gives me 18. So it's about thinking about the two brackets as being on their own. What I would like you to do, just to challenge yourself, could you have a go at this question, pause the video, and then I'll go through step by step how we would answer that. So hopefully you've managed to have a go at that. So let's highlight the two separate things. So we've got this bracket here, and then we've got this bracket here. So I'm going to think about them as two separate things to start off with. So for your first one, you should have set up your grid like this, giving you 6x minus 16. And then your second one, remember to include that sign. So we've got minus 5, then we've got 2x minus 1. So that gives us minus 10x, and then minus 5 times minus 1 actually gives us a positive 5. So let's write our answers underneath. So here I got 6x minus 16, and then here I got minus 10x plus 5. So now simplifying that down, I've got 6x minus 10x. I've then got minus 16 plus 5. So 6x take away 10x leaves me with minus 4x. Minus 16 plus 5 gives me minus 11. So that should be your answer for that second one. So what I would like you to do in terms of a follow-up to this video, feel free to have a look at expanding and simplifying single brackets to expand your knowledge more on that application. I hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.